Hello, welcome to another edition of Future Shapers with myself, Emma Kirk. We're talking about women in sport, and today I'm joined by Jamie, who is a female rugby league player for the Huddersfield Giants. I have allowed her to sit on the settee next to me, despite the fact that obviously I play for Wakefield Trinity. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm only joking. I used to do quite a lot of work with Huddersfield Giants, so I'm quite sort of renowned with the process of how they've built it up.
Yeah.
But tell me, how did you get into rugby, and how did you end up playing for Giants?
I got into rugby when I was about 11 or 12 year old.
Okay.
Well, playing. I've always gone along and supported the Giants because my dad's always been a massive fan.
Okay, so you have to play for Giants then, don't you?
Yeah, well, I started playing when I was about 11 or 12 year old at a local community club, and then I've just built up from there. From there I went through all like under 12s, under 14s, under 16s, open age, and then I saw on social media that they were starting a Giants women's team, under 19s, so I trialled out and I got through, and they can't get rid of me now.
So they are literally stuck with you.
Yeah, I hope so.
That sounds like a really well structured pathway, though.
Yeah.
Was that female games all the whole way through? Were you in a female team?
Yeah. I've never played with, younger females to play with the boys until a certain age. No, I never did that. No.
Do you think that makes a difference to the way that you play?
I think so. Yeah.
In what way?
Well, I just feel like obviously if you've played from a really young age, you've obviously built up that experience. Like I personally feel like since I started, for the first few seasons I didn't really understand everything fully.
Right.
But obviously as I've gone to training more and got to the older teams, I've become more familiar. But I feel like some players that I've played alongside that have started from when they were really young, they've already got that grasp on everything a lot better because they started at a really young age.
And there's a huge difference, isn't there, between watching and playing?
Oh yeah.
So when you watch a game, you can watch it and enjoy it, but then when you're watching it a little bit more technically, and as you start playing more, you start watching the technicals more.
Definitely.
And then then you sort of watch your position and what they're doing. It becomes a different level, doesn't it?
Oh, completely. It totally does. I don't like watching games anymore. Since I started playing, I don't like watching because I'm just like, I want to play. Obviously, I can't, but...
So, obviously, Giants started at under 19s.
Yes.
I know last season you weren't in the Super League, but you're now promoting to the Super League. How does that feel? I mean, you're going to be Women's Super League. You're playing against the top of the top.
I know. It's an amazing feeling. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm so nervous. It's going to be such a big challenge, but I'm looking forward to it.
What are you most looking forward to?
The challenge, working hard, improving as an individual and improving as a team. Because last season was our first season as an open age team together. Yeah. We've got trials, so we're going to have new players coming in, and it's just exciting, isn't it?
And how old are you right now?
19.
19. So you're actually still in the under 19s, technically.
Yeah.
How do you, obviously you're not an old team. There are some teams with a lot more experience. Their players have played much more. How as a team do you go about facing that?
We have got a few players who are a bit older than us that bring the experience. Yeah. But I think it does help because obviously a few of us have been playing for a good couple of years, so we do have a bit of experience under our belts. But the coaches help us. If we're ever struggling with anything, they'll talk us through it and send us in the right direction.
The setup is fantastic, and I know last year obviously you had a lot of support from fans as well. So how much does that mean?
Oh, it's amazing. Like, no one really understands what it's like to put on the shirt and play for the team that you've been supporting for all those years. It's completely different from just having my dad come and watching me on a Sunday, playing for my local community club. It's just amazing. Did
your dad ever have like some pom-poms?
No, I think I should have done that.
You think you could get him some for this coming season?
Yeah. Definitely.
And what about the cowbell? I know the cowbell sometimes has a little bit of controversy associated with it, but if you were playing, and that's to me is the Huddersfield fans, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that if you had that at a game, would that be like the pinnacle?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard it at one of the women's games, but
that's the mission.
I know.
We need to find the cowbell person.
We do. To be honest, I probably wouldn't even notice it ringing or whatever in background, because you just get so into the game and you're so focused.
That's really interesting that you should say that, actually, because I played a game recently at Old Trafford, the Curtain Raiser, and I was convinced that they hadn't read our names out over the tannoy, and we got off the pitch and I was like, why did they make me write it on a piece of paper? They didn't even read. They had totally read it out, and I was, like you say, so focused.
Yeah.
I didn't want to mess up. There was a big crowd. I didn't want to look like a fool. I don't want to let my teammates down. I was like, right, I've got to get my head on the game. Don't be distracted. But to a point where I didn't even notice anything happening, and I almost felt a little bit saddened that I hadn't taken in that atmosphere and the occasion, which I suppose is quite similar to yourself.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. We played. I've forgotten who we played now. Warrington.
Oh, they didn't. Warrington.
We played Warrington in the semi-final, and that was in a big stadium, and there were lots of people there. And I didn't really take in the atmosphere. I was just, obviously you get so nervous.
Yep.
But you just, adrenaline kicks in when the game starts. Like, I remember thinking, why am I doing this? I don't think I can do this. I need to just go home. But then as soon as I got on the pitch, I was like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do this.
Well, how do you get over that, though? Because there is that fear factor. Do your teammates kind of pull? Do you kind of remember that you're part of a team and you have to let not let your teammates down?
Yeah, we all support each other. Every morning, like before a game, I'm like, oh, I get so nervous. I feel sick. I'm like, no. Why am I doing this? But then as soon as I get with the girls, I'm like, yep, I'm ready to go. Let's go do this. We're all in it together.
Yeah, which is important. But that's one of the good things about a team sport, isn't it? You have teammates to do that.
Definitely.
When you were choosing to go down a sports path, did anybody kind of say to you, why rugby? Why rugby league? Why do you want to play that?
No, I don't think anyone ever really did say it. I've had plenty of people say to me, you can't play rugby, look at the size of you. How can you play rugby? You don't look like a rugby player. But none of that's ever bothered me. I've just, like I said,
what position
I've always...
do you play?
Half-back.
So why you don't need to be like...
No,
huge,
exactly, that's what I always say. I always tell them it's the small ones you got to watch out for.
Exactly. I mean, let's look at the Rob Burrow. He was always told he didn't look like he should be playing rugby. He was quite good, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
I say quite good. No, but I mean, in terms of the physicality, how did you cope with that when you was, starting to play? Because you're not a big built person. Do you find it more difficult?
To be honest, no, it's never bothered me. I keep working hard. Like, I go to the gym. Not that you can tell us, we've already decided, but I am trying to build up a bit more muscle, and I've just got to keep working to get there. But like I've got little chicken arms, but my legs make up for it, so I've got quite strong legs, I think.
Chicken arms.
Yeah.
You know that's going to be your new nickname, don't you? You're going to be called Chicken Arms from now on.
That's fine.
Okay, so in terms of your personal goals, what would you like? What would you like to see for yourself in terms of your career?
Just to have this experience to play in the Super League, which obviously is, like, I hopefully will be a part of now with the new team, and just to keep improving and doing my part off the pitch to hopefully improve on the pitch.
What about looking forward? There's a myriad of things that do you have aspirations to play for country?
Hopefully, but we'll see.
You can have that. You can have a dream to
Yeah.
play for country. That's nothing. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You've got to set your goals quite high.
Yeah.
And don't be shy of that. Okay. No one will say that that's wrong. I promise. But I mean, there are opportunities. That's what I mean for the women in rugby league now. We had the nines. That was amazing. There's World Cups. There are tournaments that are happening. So there's a lot more for you to aspire to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I mean, in terms of your progression, providing obviously everything goes to plan, Super League, and then would you ever consider playing for a different team?
That's a tricky one, that, because obviously when I was playing community, I only played for one club. I've never moved about from clubs. Like, obviously some people do, and that helps them with their experience, but I've always stuck at one club. And when I was at community, I never thought I'd get the opportunity to play for Giants in the Championship, and then I never thought I'd get the opportunity to play in the Super League. So I don't think I'd ever move clubs. No.
That's
I'm
good.
quite comfortable at the Giants. I like it there.
There's a lot to be said for that, though, isn't there? If you enjoy playing somewhere,
Yeah.
it does help elevate your game. But if you were looking at a role model, which players do you look at and think that's who I want to play like?
To be honest, obviously, like the Super League and the women's game is fairly new. So when I was in community, I've had friends like Lucy Eastwood who went to Castleford,
Yeah.
and a few other players that went to teams like that, but never anything major, not as big as it is now. So when I was growing up and when I was younger and stuff, I never really had anyone other than people who played in the community games to aspire to.
And now, obviously, in the Super League, you are one of those role models. How does that feel?
It's amazing.
You're going to have the younger generation going, I want to play like Jamie. She's my role model. That's amazing, isn't it, though, really?
It is, it's crazy.
I'd like to see a little bit more on TV for the women's game, I think. And I think that would help that. It'd help give some more role models. For yourself, I mean, how do you go about preparing? Because I know we watch rugby, but you must have to watch the women's game as well as the men's game. How do you do that? Is there someone that you watch, a team or something?
To be honest, I've been to a couple of like the Castleford games and stuff, and then if I've got a free Sunday, because normally I'm working, I'll go watch community games if there's any around. Like when I left St Joe's, that was my community club. When I stopped playing there and just stuck with the Giants, I'd still go down and watch a couple of games.
So you're supporting where you came from, your roots.
Yeah.
I like that. If you've got any kind of message for a young girl who wants to play rugby league, apart from go and play for Giants, what would you say to them?
I'd just tell them to work hard and don't give up. Don't listen to what people say when they tell you, oh, you're too small, you shouldn't. Just don't listen to them. Just keep working hard. Don't give up.
And even if they say you've got chicken arms.
Yeah, even if they tell you you've got chicken arms, don't give up.
Brilliant, that's great advice. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck with the coming season. I'm sure you'll enjoy every minute of it. And as you said, it's about the experience. It's your first season in Super League. It's going to be some tough matches.
Definitely, but I'm looking forward to it. It's the only way to learn.
Absolutely, yeah. If you want to contact us about this or any other topic you see, or if you want to go down and watch Huddersfield Giants ladies, you can get the details from the screen at the bottom. I'm Emma Kirk. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye for now.